Ladies and gentlemen, gather close, for today we're diving into a tale of power, grace, and the unshakable wisdom that comes with age. There's a quiet strength in the heart of every wise woman, a strength that doesn't roar, doesn't demand attention, and doesn't beg for validation. It simply is. It walks away from chaos with a serene smile, leaving behind those who dim its light. Wise women, the master architects of their own destinies, know that silence isn't just golden, it's a thunderous declaration of self-worth. They don't waste breath on explanations or chase closure from those who thrive on turmoil. Instead, they glide away, graceful as a swan, purposeful as a sunrise, and resolute as a mountain. This is the story of the 5 types of people wise women cut off silently, those energy thieves, dream crushers, and peace disruptors who have no place in a life built on love, respect, and joy. For our elders, this is a celebration of the lessons you've earned, the battles you've won, and the courage it takes to protect your peace. Let's embark on this journey with enthusiasm, diving deep into the details, painting vivid pictures, and igniting your spirit with motivation that's as catchy as a favorite tune and as powerful as a summer storm. The majesty of silent strength. Picture this, a wise woman, seasoned by years of laughter, tears, and triumphs, standing at the crossroads of her life. She's seen it all, heartaches that felt like the end, victories that tasted sweeter because of the struggle, and moments of clarity that only time can gift. She's learned that not every fight is worth her energy. She doesn't need to shout her worth from the rooftops or prove herself to those who refuse to see her light. Instead, she wields a weapon more powerful than words, silence. This isn't the silence of fear or surrender. It's the silence of a queen who knows her value and refuses to let anyone diminish it. For elders, this resonates deeply. You've spent decades nurturing families, building communities, and chasing dreams. You know the weight of responsibility, the sting of betrayal, and the joy of hard-won peace. A wise woman understands that the company she keeps shapes her world. The energy she allows into her life can either lift her higher or drag her down. So, she makes a choice, a bold, beautiful choice, to let go of those who stunt her growth, drain her spirit, or cloud her sunshine. She doesn't slam doors or start wars. She simply steps away, her head held high, her heart steady, and her soul ablaze with self-respect. Among the countless souls who cross our paths, 5 types stand out as particularly dangerous to a woman's well-being. These are the ones who poison peace, dim light, and hinder progress. A wise woman doesn't argue with them or waste her breath explaining her departure. She cuts them off silently, like a gardener pruning withered branches to let her tree thrive. Let's meet these 5 culprits, explore their tactics, and celebrate the strength it takes to leave them behind. The 5 types of people to release. 1. The perpetual doubter, the dream dimmer. Imagine you're sharing a dream. Maybe it's starting a new hobby, writing a book, or traveling to a place you've always longed to see. Your eyes sparkle with possibility, but then comes the perpetual doubter, armed with a smile that hides a bucket of cold water. "Oh, that's ambitious," they say, their tone dripping with skepticism. "Are you sure you're up for that? It's a bit late to start something new, isn't it?" Their words are subtle, but they sting, planting tiny seeds of doubt that can grow into towering weeds if left unchecked. For elders, this hits hard. You've earned the right to chase new adventures, whether it's learning to paint at 70 or starting a small business at 80. The perpetual doubter, often driven by their own insecurities or fear of change, tries to clip your wings. They might be a friend who questions your energy, a family member who calls your goals unrealistic, or even a neighbor who raises an eyebrow at your enthusiasm. Over time, their doubts can creep into your mind, making you second-guess your strength. But a wise woman? She sees through the fog. She knows doubt is a thief that steals dreams before they can bloom. She doesn't waste energy arguing with the doubter or pleading for their support. Instead, she walks away, silent as a whisper, strong as a storm. She surrounds herself with cheerleaders, people who say, "You've got this," and mean it. Picture her joining a book club where her ideas are celebrated, or finding a friend who encourages her to take that dance class. Her success becomes her response, a radiant rebuttal to every "are you sure" she's ever heard. She rises, unshaken, knowing she's the architect of her own destiny. 2. The emotional parasite, the energy vampire. Now, let's meet the emotional parasite, the person who doesn't just visit your life but sets up camp, draining your energy like a leaky faucet. They come to you with endless problems, a fight with a coworker, a crisis at home, a never-ending saga of woes. They lean on your kindness, your wisdom, your strength, but when you need a shoulder, they vanish like morning mist. After every conversation, you feel exhausted, as if you've run a marathon without moving a step. As an elder, you know how precious your energy is. You've spent years pouring love into others, raising children, supporting friends, volunteering for causes you believe in. The emotional parasite takes advantage of your generosity. They might be a friend who calls daily with complaints but never asks, "How are you?" or a relative who expects you to solve their problems while ignoring your own. They thrive on your light but offer nothing in return, leaving you depleted. A wise woman spots this imbalance early. She knows relationships should be a two-way street, not a one-sided drain. She sets boundaries. Maybe she limits calls or politely declines to fix someone else's mess. If those boundaries are ignored, she doesn't argue or feel guilty. She walks away, silent but sure, like a ship sailing to calmer waters. Imagine her redirecting her energy to people who give as much as they take, a friend who listens as much as she talks, or a family member who shows up when she needs them. By cutting off off the parasite, she reclaims her vitality, her joy, and her right to thrive. She's not selfish, she's wise, and her heart sings with newfound freedom. 3. The deceiver. The masked betrayer. Trust is a treasure, especially as we age. It's built over years, forged in shared laughter and weathered storms. But the deceiver? They shatter that trust with a smile. They speak sweet words, "You're like family to me," but their actions tell a different story. They might gossip about you, twist your words, or secretly undermine your efforts. Their betrayal cuts deep, like a knife hidden in a bouquet of flowers. Deceivers come in many forms: a friend who shares your secrets, a coworker who takes credit for your ideas, or even a family member who manipulates for their own gain. They're masters of disguise, charming you with kindness while plotting behind your back. For elders, this betrayal can feel like a violation of the loyalty you've spent a lifetime building. A wise woman doesn't fall for the mask. She trusts her instincts, honed by years of experience. When she notices inconsistencies, words that don't match actions, promises that crumble, she doesn't confront the deceiver. Why? Because she knows they'll twist the truth, play the victim, or gaslight her into doubting herself. Instead, she walks away, silent as moonlight, powerful as thunder. Picture her calmly stepping back, no longer answering their calls or engaging in their games. She doesn't seek revenge or explanations, she protects her peace. By letting go, she makes room for honest souls who value her trust, people whose actions match their words. Her heart, once wounded, heals stronger, guarded by the wisdom of discernment. For the secret competitor, the hidden rival. Not everyone who claps for you is cheering. The secret competitor watches your success with a smile, but their heart harbors envy. They don't see you as a friend or ally, they see you as a rival in a race you didn't sign up for. When you share good news, a new hobby, a family milestone, a personal triumph, they downplay it. "That's nice," they say, "but I did something similar last year." Their compliments are laced with comparisons, their support conditional on staying ahead of you. For elders, this can feel like a slap in the face. You've earned your victories through grit and grace, why should you compete? The secret competitor might be a friend who bristles when you're praised, a sibling who always one-ups your stories, or a neighbor who subtly undermines your achievements. Their envy is a quiet poison, eroding your confidence if left unchecked. A wise woman refuses to play this game. She knows her only competition is herself, becoming the best version of who she can be. She doesn't argue with the competitor or seek their approval. Instead, she walks away, silent but radiant, like a star refusing to dim. Imagine her focusing on her own path, sharing her joys with those who celebrate without strings attached. She joins a community group where her contributions are valued, or bonds with a friend who cheers her on without envy. The competitor, left to wrestle with their own insecurities, fades into the background. She rises, unapologetic, surrounded by those who see her as an inspiration, not a threat. 5. The chaos bringer. The storm starter life is challenging enough without someone stirring up unnecessary drama. Enter the chaos bringer, the person who thrives on conflict, gossip, and turmoil. They turn molehills into mountains, small disagreements into full-blown wars. They're always in the middle of a crisis, a fight with a friend, a feud with a neighbor, a saga that never ends. And worse, they try to pull you into their storm, expecting you to take sides or fix their messes. As an elder, you've worked hard for your peace. You've built a life of balance, whether it's a cozy routine of morning walks or quiet evenings with loved ones. The chaos bringer threatens that sanctuary. They might be a relative who thrives on family gossip, a friend who drags you into their arguments, or a neighbor who loves stirring the pot. Their presence is exhausting, like a tornado tearing through your calm. A wise woman values her peace above all. She knows drama feeds on attention, so she starves it. She doesn't try to reason with the chaos bringer or mediate their conflicts. Instead, she walks away, silent as a breeze, steady as an oak. Picture her politely declining to engage in gossip, stepping back from heated debates, or limiting contact with the storm starter. She chooses calm over chaos, investing in people who solve problems with honesty and maturity. Her life becomes a haven of joy, free from the whirlwind of someone else's making. She's not avoiding responsibility, she's claiming her right to serenity. The art of walking away isn't easy. It takes courage to let go, especially when guilt whispers, "What will they think?" or loyalty tugs at your heart. But a wise woman knows that self-preservation isn't selfish, it's sacred. She doesn't announce her departure with fanfare or explain herself to those who've already shown they don't deserve her. She simply fades from their world, like a melody drifting into silence, leaving them to face the void of their own choices. This silent strength is a superpower. It says, "I am enough, and I choose me." It's not about anger or bitterness, it's about clarity. By walking away, a wise woman reclaims her energy, her peace, and her joy. She makes room for relationships that are mutual, honest, and uplifting. Imagine her surrounded by friends who laugh with her, family who support her, and communities that value her wisdom. She's not alone, she's free, unshackled from those who tried to dim her light. A heartfelt message to elders: dear wise women, you are the heroes of this story. You've lived through decades of love, loss, and lessons that have sculpted you into the radiant souls you are today. Your wrinkles are badges of courage, your laughter a symphony of resilience. You've earned the right to protect your peace, to chase your dreams, and to surround yourself with those who see your worth. The perpetual doubter? Let them question someone else, you're too busy soaring. The emotional parasite? They can't drain what you no longer give, your energy is yours to cherish. The deceiver? Their lies can't touch a heart guarded by wisdom. The secret competitor? They're racing alone, you're on your own path, shining brighter every day. The chaos bringer? Their storms can't shake a woman rooted in peace. You don't need to shout, argue, or explain. Just walk away, head high, heart full. Find your tribe, those who cheer your victories, hold your hand through challenges, and remind you that age is just a number when your spirit is unstoppable. Paint that picture, take that trip, write that story. Your dreams are still alive, and your light is still bright. A call to rise, wise women. You are not just survivors, you are thrivers. Your silence is a symphony, your strength a beacon. Every step you take away from toxicity is a step toward freedom. You've spent a lifetime building a legacy of love, now build one of joy. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, who see your sparkle and add their own. Let go of those who weigh you down, and watch how high you soar. So, here's to you, the queens of quiet strength. Walk away from doubt, drain, deceit, rivalry, and chaos. Embrace peace, purpose, and the power of knowing your worth. In your silence, you'll find a voice that echoes through generations, a voice that says, I am wise, I am strong, and I am free. Keep shining, keep rising, and never let anyone dim the light you've spent a lifetime kindling. The world is waiting for your next chapter, make it a masterpiece.